You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days fans, I have got your full roster of weekly spoilers for October 14th through the 18th for your Peacock soap opera. Eric Brady triumphs, and it's a wedding day disaster. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt. And let's dive right in with what's coming next week, beginning with the action on Monday, October 14th, season 60, episode 36. So Holly overhears something and questions Abigail about it. I'm assuming Fabi and Chad are back in Salem at that point, unless Holly's over in Paris visiting her mom and runs into them. But they are going to be back in Salem this week for sure. Steve Johnson is absolutely certain that Fabi is an imposter and she's not his beloved niece, Abigail, and he has a plan to prove it and out the schemer. Meanwhile, Xander Cook tells Maggie Horton about the chance to cure Sarah Horton. Eric and Brady are brainstorming to uncover the truth. Eric is really on the case. He has talked to Fiona, and he really suspects she was the driver, and he's gone and he's talked to Sarah, and they are comparing notes, and it looks like Sarah's memories might really come back, because also on Monday, the spoilers say Fiona makes a decisive move after Sarah gets her memories back. I can imagine Fiona packing a bag and getting ready to run. So on Tuesday, October 15th, which is season 60, episode 37, she might be too late if she is planning to run, because Xander is up in his mom's face. He confronts Fiona over what she has done to Sarah. This is going to be so messy. I can't wait to see it. Meanwhile, Brady is so grateful, and he is thanking Eric for saving his life, saving him from 10 years in prison, because he thinks he definitely is going to be getting out. But there's still an obstacle. We'll get to that in a second. Meanwhile, Johnny DiMera is so certain that his wife, Chanel Dupree, cheated with Alex Kiriakis that on Tuesday, he's ready to confront her about this infidelity that we all know didn't take place because Chanel was in the ER getting her back checked out. She's thrown her back out. And I wonder if she tells Johnny she's thrown her back out, if he's going to assume she did it doing the deed with Alex. I mean, he looks like the kind of guy that could, probably put your back out a joint, right? Probably be really fun while it happened, though. Also on Tuesday, Alex and Stephanie talk about maintaining their friendship and how that's very important to them, even though they were just doing all kinds of naked stuff, in the hospital when they were rehearsing that scene. Wednesday, October 16th is episode 38 of season 60. And Chanel is wondering what is up with her husband, because Johnny is in a whole mood. And of course, she's completely in the dark. She tried to go to work and her back was killing her. Kayla said, come to the hospital. Let's get you checked out. And she was feeling bad about not being there to rehearse the scenes and to shoot the scenes. And then for whatever reason, her husband's mad and she doesn't get it. Then Stephanie and Alex realize they've made a mistake. Now, I don't know if they realize they've made a mistake and Johnny saw them and read the room wrong, or if they realize they made a mistake because they are better as friends and this was a big whoopsie. I do kind of like them together, so we'll see. And Fabi is feeling extremely guilty about this con she's running. She has some feelings that are growing for Chad. So fake Abby is getting attached to Abigail's husband, and it's so messy. And I'm quite certain that her brother Mark is going to let her know, oh, by the way, not only do you have to marry Chad, but I'm supposed to turn around and kill the guy. And if we don't do these two horrible things, Clyde is going to kill our mother. And oh, by the way, even worse, Clyde thinks he's getting out of prison. So I didn't even really kind of think about it until Clyde mentioned it the other day, that bringing in this fake Abby and faking the DNA test means that he could get that murder conviction against him overturned. And then if his lawyers can do something about the drug things, he could go from supermax to super free and terrorizing Salem again. Thursday, October 17th, season 60, episode 39. It is Chad and Fabi's wedding day, and Abigail's brother, JJ Devereaux, is in town to perform the ceremony. And I don't know if Fabi did this on purpose or not, but she got Chad all hot and heavy, making out with them, and then stopped him and's like, oh, we can't get intimate until we get married. This whole Fabi thing is insane because I don't care how much facial surgery you have. Your teeth don't change. Your eyes don't change. And that's what Julie was saying, that she was looking into the eyes of a stranger. Your mannerisms don't change. Your hands don't change. And the way that you make love to your husband doesn't change. The way you kiss doesn't change. So it's just, it's days being days. Also on Thursday, Brady and Fiona have a heart-to-heart conversation, and boy, does she owe him a big old apology, right? And Sarah and Xander circle back around to EJ DiMera and tell him, you need to let Brady go. You know, my memories did come back. We know this. And EJ may let Brady go, but he's probably going to want to lock Fiona up. And to be fair, she deserves it. Meanwhile, Tate has some kind of issue going on, and sneaky Sophia Choi is there for him to help him out. We're going to wrap up the week on Friday, October 18th, episode 40 of the current season. And this is where the wedding day disaster happens. So JJ on Thursday officiates their wedding. It goes off, you know, for Salem kind of miraculously. It seems like they get all the way to I do and man and wife. But then at the wedding reception for Chad and Fabi, everything goes to crap. There is a big sour turn. Maybe it's Steve Johnson who shows up with proof of her lies. We'll see. That same day, JJ and Holly are talking, and they are comparing their notes, their observations about this resurrected woman, Fabi. Everybody smells a rat because she's just off, because she isn't her. Meanwhile, Ava talks to Sophia and gives her words of encouragement. If you remember, Ava is now managing the bistro where Sophia works, if you were wondering about their overlap. And Aaron talks to Tate and tells him, sure, I'm cool with it. You go ahead and date Sophia. If you remember, Aaron and Sophia went to the prom. Aaron actually went to the prom with Holly, and Tate went with Sophia, but it was a fake date because they were going to kind of swap because Aaron does like Sophia. But it's very clear that she wants Tate, so Aaron is not going to stand in his way. Plus, he's really happy to have had a really good summer at camp thanks to Brady's check that he wrote and him pretending to be Tate. Looks like a good week ahead.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.